Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad that you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. We're taking a look at the grifters that keep on grifting. That's right. There's a new article out that poses a very interesting theory that I thought we could discuss amongst ourselves. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. How the heck are you? I'm back. I ended up kind of not expecting to take a few days away, but I did, and it was wonderful. Spent time with Gosling and just I had a nice time. So I hope you all had a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to dive in, and Meghan's show hits this week, so you best believe I will be covering that. Also, just so you know, I put up a free episode. It's free for everyone over on Patreon. I'll put a link in the comments here. Normally it's behind a paywall, but this one was such a good episode. Again, friend of the channel, John Witherspoon. Thank you, John. Had such an important message about mental health and the holidays and, help if you need it, that kind of thing. And I just felt like that's one that should be shared with everybody. So definitely if you want some bonus content, if you want to see Patreon and you don't, you're not looking to pay for it, then there is a free episode up now. So check that out. Again, I'll put the link in the comments below. Now let's dive right on in on what the grifters are up to, shall we? I thought this was such an interesting article. I thought we could take a look and talk about our thoughts on it. But the Palace Confidential via Daily Mail, that's Richard Eden over there, is alleging that that makeup friend of Meghan's, Victoria Jackson, that she's one of the ones backing their lifestyle. Now, let's talk. I'm pretty proud of this. You know how you've heard the term life support? Well, I'm calling this lifestyle support. These two grifters are looking for lifestyle support. Can you imagine as an adult expecting your friends, or I don't even know if they're friends, whatever, acquaintances, whoever, anybody to fund your lifestyle because that's what you're used to? Really? That's not how life works. I just keep thinking about this. So if I drove, I don't know, an Audi, let's say, and I was like, I don't, but let's say I did. And I was like, you know what? I can't really afford this car anymore, but I'm so used to it. And it's such a nice, safe car. I think I need to keep this car. Can you guys fund this for me? I'm too scared to drive a Ford or a Kia or whatever. It's just like, no, like if you can't afford it, then you don't do it. That's how life works. Not for these two grifters, apparently. But it's just so crazy. So we've heard, of course, Victoria Jackson before. She is into makeup. Now, the way I'm understanding it is that Victoria Jackson and Meghan kind of go way back. They bonded a long time ago. It was post the Megxit 2020. And from my research, it seems like Gloria Steinem may have been the connection there, that she may have introduced them. So they again, according to my Googling, it looks like Steinem put those two together. And that's how it was, through these connections, that Meghan was able to meet Oprah and the Jenners and Kardashians and all that stuff. And it's kind of escalated from there. It was in 2021, I believe, that Meghan referred to Victoria Jackson as her, quote, safe harbor in an interview, a total emotional anchor amid the royal drama. That was in the Mirror, I believe, that she did that. So just so you know, when Meghan turned 41, if you believe the ages, it's always in dispute if you believe when she turned 41 around that time, she actually celebrated her birthday at Jackson's sprawling Santa Barbara ranch. So it's not too far from their Montecito place. And Jackson loaned her Beverly Hills mansion, which once belonged to Buster Keaton, for Meghan's cut photo shoot in 2022. So Jackson is a 70-year-old, I believe that's her age, 70-year-old makeup mogul. They believe that her empire is to be worth, if you believe it, sometimes I think those numbers are inflated, but worth about $1 billion. She had the no makeup line that she had launched on QVC, I believe. So she She has backed Meghan before. In 2018, Meghan wore this no makeup once again, and it was it was actually, I believe she was involved in the wedding. I think Daniel he talks about doing her makeup, but I do believe that the that Jackson was involved as well. And then Jackson went on to kiss Meghan's A and credited. So Jackson went back to relaunch in 2024, this no makeup, and kind of credits Meghan and the wedding and stuff with helping her with that. I just don't understand it for the life of me. How can somebody who's made a ton at makeup and business see Meghan and go, yeah, that's where I want to hitch my wagon. I can't make sense out of that at all. But it seems like it's just, it's like, again, the grifters be grifting. Like, I feel like Jackson is their unofficial sugar mama. And so I've been trying to dive into it and figure out what the heck is in it for her, because I cannot figure it out. Is it a favor for Steinem? I don't know. It's just so weird. And I think, I mean, there's just so much to it. I just keep thinking about the grifters who wanted their independence and their freedom flight and stuff. And yet, again, if this is the case, it's just how is this being independent? This is like a teenager saying, I don't want to live here anymore, but I can't afford it, so I need some money. It's like, okay, but that's not how it works. It's so crazy. I think it's so funny. So they want to carve their own path. And again, how this is not that. They don't do that. They don't do that sort of thing. I just wonder again, my whole overarching theme here, and I don't know, I'm just coming in on this, is what's in it for Victoria? Is she secretly anti-monarchy? Is it something like that? Um, has she thrown shade at the royals? I tried to look into it. I didn't really see. She seems, from what I could tell, she seems to be like, I don't know, super religious, actually. She, at one point, from what I could tell, again, according to Politico.com, was bashing Glee for certain themes that she didn't care for. And so, again, these don't align with things that Meghan has said in the past, but it's Meghan, right? So she'll sell her soul to the highest bidder. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know what's in it for Victoria. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Like, what's the only thing I can think of is she just likes her name out there. And so, if you attach yourself to a firebrand like Meghan and Harry, your name's going to be out there. So there's that. And the other thing, and I can't take credit for this one, again, friend of the channel, John Witherspoon, had the theory, how Netflix is just kind of always lingering on the side and always has some deal with those two schemers. I'd said before, I think, and I think he said similar, a lot of you guys have said, I feel like Netflix is just doing that to keep Harry and Meghan happy. So that way, if or when they separate or go their own ways or whatever catastrophe they pull, Netflix can then run with the story. So I do wonder if it's something like that, meaning, so maybe Victoria thinks, maybe she's as deluded as they are and thinks, well, one day people are going to really like them and will be pro Harry and Meghan, and I'll have hitched my wagon to them. Maybe. I can't really understand that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she likes the firebrand. I really don't, I can't make sense out of it. But just the idea, again, I'm stuck on this, the idea that, so she's supposedly lending their private jets. Now, again, it was brought to my attention, usually most people don't own their private jets. They're kind of, if I understand it correctly, timeshared. And I don't know about this Victoria. Maybe she owns it, maybe she doesn't. I really don't care. Whatever it is, if she's even funding them, that's where I have a head scratcher moment. What in the world? And then again, it's just so funny to me that these two grifters are out there banging the drum of, green initiatives, and again, boasting about riding in private jets by their friend, from their friend. Um, so yeah, there's that. I did pull some of the comments from this, which I thought was funny. Oh, even in the article itself, it says, in the latest episode of Palace Confidential, our experts explore the woman giving Harry and Meghan the royal lifestyle they can no longer afford. Well, if you can't afford it, what are we doing here? Then you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't do it. I mean, these are things that we're taught. They should teach more in school. They don't, but that we try. I taught my Gosling, like, if you can't afford it, we don't have it. So it's just, what makes them so special, and that's where I think their love of banging the drum of security and privacy comes in, because then they can try to appeal to people like this and be like, we just need it for safety. We have to do it. Remember, that was the shtick that Harry pulled before when people called him out on his hypocrisy, saying, why do you keep on with this eco theme and then fly private? And he's like, well, I have to for security. Meanwhile, future King William and, of course, Catherine and the kids, not always, but they can often be seen flying commercial. So it's okay for them to sit amongst the quote unquote normals, but not okay for Harry and Meghan. Okay, sure. So anyway, I just wanted to get your thoughts on this as I jump back in and catch up on all the stories. This one caught my eye, and I just thought, I need to know more about this. I know that they have worked together, Victoria and Meghan. The only thing I thought of is there's a much cooler Victoria in makeup, Victoria Beckham, which, by the way, I'm very excited. I've never had any of her makeup products. I love Victoria Beckham. I just found them to be on the pricier side, but I did order for Black Friday. They had a sale. So they'll be in a few days. And when they get here, I'll let you know what I think about them, my honest opinion. I'm not being paid to promote them. Believe me, I paid. So, but I'm curious. I'm excited to try them. I've been wanting to try them for a while. So we'll see on that. But that, I just wonder, like, there's a famous Victoria that's been in the news a lot because, she and David have done a lot of stuff. And again, she has a successful makeup line, clothing line, and a successful Netflix show. All the things that Meghan is just not. So I just think it's funny that Meghan's settling for a different Victoria. I personally would rather hang out with Victoria Beckham. All right, that's going to do it for me. You have to let me know your thoughts on all of this. Thank you for being patient with me while I was out. Do check out the Patreon because, again, a huge shout out and thank you to John Witherspoon for your time and your very thoughtful comments. We dive into how important it is to get, if you're struggling this time of year with mental health and things like that, just some tips and tricks for what you can do. I have been very open that is something I struggle with, and especially in the realm of anxiety. And I see a therapist who I love, who sometimes watches. Hi, if you're watching. I love her very much. And I have no shame and no hesitation to admit that I need help and can't do it on my own. And I think a lot of us fall in that category, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just wanted to make that episode completely free and open to the public. So you don't have to you may have to put in for a free account, but it's completely free. You just check it out over there. And it's actually called Get to Know John Witherspoon Part 3. It's the most recent post I've posted over there. You'll be able to see it and have access to it. It's about, I think, 35 to 40 minutes long. And we're just talking about mental health, and not in a Harry kind of way where you just say things. We're actually giving tips on what has worked for us and what we've heard with other people and how tough this time of year is. So again, thank you, John, for bringing that to all of our attention. But and thank you all, because I did read all of your comments on here on the channel and over there about how important that message was to you as well. So many of us are struggling. It's a tough time of year. It is. I mean, there's wonderfulness this time of year, but I think both things can be true where we need a little extra help. I know I do for sure. So that's going to do it for me. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Before I do, look, Sorry, we have comments. I said comments and it reminded me. Look at these. So this is what Harry meant by financial independence. I don't suppose this is much of a surprise to his former friends. He was known to be tight-fisted even before meeting the actress. If that's the case, though, how can he justify? I'm not dare saying anybody control anybody, but I'm sorry, you cannot have somebody that's supposed to be tight-fisted or frugal or however you want to call that with somebody that spends with abandon. I don't see how, I know they say opposites attract, but again, the little bit I've studied psychology, that's actually not the case. Opposites are opposites. It's not going to go well. Yes, you can disagree on things and nobody's going to be an exact match because how boring would that be? But my gosh, that's a pretty big issue, to disagree on. So I don't believe he's tight-fisted. And if he is, like, that's even more of a hell of your own making then, because that's not going to go well now, is it? But there's that. And then let's see here. Markle just love bombs from one rich person to the next. Tell them a new version of herself every time, always taking the role of victim. Use them till the new person isn't required anymore or see for themselves who she really is. Move on to the next. Trouble is she's running out of people to use. That's exactly it. I cannot make sense out of this. Like, why are people still falling for this? I've used this analogy a million times, but it stands. Like, I understand why people may have fallen for something like Scientology back in the day when you hear about, oh, this program will help with anxiety or whatever they were claiming at the time. Or I think it was about public speaking. It'll help you overcome your fears of public speaking, things like that. And you think, okay, yeah, I could definitely use that. Who among us couldn't? But then you get into it and you start seeing red flags everywhere. And you're like, wait, that's not what this is. Something else is going on here. And then years pass like they have, and everybody kind of talks about what is going on with this organization. So people know. I can't understand how they still recruit people. I can't understand how people are still falling for Meghan and Harry's shtick. I don't care if they play victim or survivor or royal or whatever they're playing at that week. How do you fall for that? They're absolutely insufferable. How are you? They seem like they're insufferable and real. It would be real difficult to talk to them because one's going to always make it about herself and the other one's, again, I don't know these people. I'm just saying, like, from what I could tell, seems real dumb. So what's in it for anybody? Like, it's not even, I wouldn't think you'd even have a really good friend there because we hear insufferable stories about like Jamie Kerm, whatever her face is, having friends or having family visit and Meghan comes to drop over a special gift, which at face value, you think, okay, cool. But then you find out, no, she wanted to make her presence known, make it about herself and put HRH on the label. It's just crap like that where I'm like, how does anybody still fall for this? I can't make sense out of that at all. I really can't. So anyway. When the whole world knows you're freeloading, grifting, lying individual, that's exactly it. How are there people left to grift off of at this point? I can't understand it. Oh my gosh. Do they have no shame? No, I don't think they do. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. As always, I just sincerely appreciate you. Thank you for hitting the hype button. Thank you for being my support system. Thank you for the comments and the thumbs up and the shares and all that. Every bit of that really does help me out. And I appreciate it very much. I truly do. Thank you. If you want to further support the show, I lost my train of thought there. If you want to further support the show, there are several ways to do it. You can support, and thank you. That's what I was going to say to everybody who's picked up merch lately. I really appreciate that. I have all kinds of fun stuff, a whole bunch of stuff to check out. If you're looking for holiday gifts or just something fun for yourself, I have, everything's fine. Seriously, with the mental health stuff that's been rearing up in my house lately. Like, I feel like I just need to live in that shirt. Everything's fine through gritted teeth, right? And I have Team Catherine. I have Honk Honk. I have all kinds of stuff. Not Bloody Likely. Check that out if you're interested. And I have Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Again, check out that free episode. You can get a feel for what I do on Patreon. It's a little bit more casual and laid back over there. You can also pick up some tips on mental health stuff. So check that out. And a huge thank you to my executive geese and ganders. And I did see that I had new ones join while I was away for a couple days. Thank you and welcome. And if you're on the look at me tier, then I will get your name. I'll make sure your name is added to the list. Thank you for being patient. I'll make sure that your name stays on the list extra since I missed a couple days. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi. Oh, this is my favorite part. How are you? Let's take a collective deep breath, shall we? How are things? Thank you to everybody who took the time to wish me and my gosling a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I even wish you guys happy Thanksgiving if you weren't in the country. It doesn't matter. It still means the same, meaning I'm thankful for you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're enjoying this time of year, and I hope everything's with you. Everything with you is well. I'm open. I talk about my mental health stuff and anxieties and stuff. And I was just, to be honest, I struggle a little bit. I do, especially this time of year. It gets complicated. There's all kinds of family dynamics and stuff. And I had the best Thanksgiving, with my family, but it's both things can be true. You can have a good time and still struggle. So I just needed a little breather. So I took it, but I feel good to be back. I had a really nice conversation with my therapist. Hi. She's lovely. And I'm working through some stuff, and it's all going to be okay. So I want you to know the same thing. If you're struggling right now, you are not alone. You are not. Believe me, it affects all of us in some way or another, I believe. I'm here. I really am. So that's going to do it for me. Please let me know your thoughts on all of this. What do you think of red? I just got a fun new red sparkly top that I'll be wearing soon. I'm very excited about. What else? I don't know. Thank you for all the well wishes while I was gone, and glad to be here. I'm going to record some stuff, and you better believe on Wednesday I'll be covering the new Meghan show. Don't watch it. I'll handle it. It's going to be a disaster in beige. All right. If you stayed tuned this long, let's see. What should we talk about this time? How about comments? Have you started listening to Christmas music yet, or holiday, whatever holiday you celebrate? Have you started listening to the festive music yet? Let me know. I have a little bit. I do like Christmas music. I can definitely wear out of Christmas music, so I can only do it for so long. But I've listened a little bit here and there. I like who's the violinist? Lindsay Sterling. I like her stuff, so I've been listening to a little bit of her. She's a little bit peppy. I also like the piano guys. They do a good job on some of the Christmas music I like. And then there's some Celtic Christmas stuff that I like. So there's that. All right. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you guys have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.